Hello everybody, this is Jacob from Wager Me This, and today I'm going to do another short bankroll video. I'm going to use $300 and we're going to try to kind of show um, how to manipulate the game in your favor, still play a lot of the bets, but do it without having a lot of opportunity to lose. And what I mean by that is we're gonna start light and then get into hybrid. And the reasoning is because when you play hybrid, there's only one way to lose is on the don't if you play hybrid correctly. So we're going to start with $300. We're going to start by setting a point. We're over here waiting. And we have a 7, okay? We're still waiting. We're waiting to play. There's back-to-back 7s, all right? Because we want to play the DC. All right. Now this has to do with, there's a 6, guys. This has to do with the table. I don't think this matters all that much, but we're going to do like most people prefer. All right. So what do we want to play? We want to play across, right? So most of our tables are going to be $15 tables. It's going to be hard to find anything else unless you're playing something digital. So we're going to play it like it's a $15 game. $300 in a $1,500 game does not get you far. All right, so what are we going to do? We want to play at least 2 box numbers, right? So we need at least $30 out there. Really, we need $36 out there at least. So in this case, I think we put $50 through the DC. This is 1/6 of our bankroll, which isn't terrible as far as trying to set a don't, trying to get into hybrid. All right, there's an 8. We'll come over here to the 8. Now we have $50 to cover us to work with. All right, there's options here. We're going to take and we're going to play the 5, the 9, and the 4. $15 a piece. All right, so what did we gain here? Our 7 is worth $5. Not terrible. $300 game, 7 being worth $5, not terrible. All right, what do we have here? We have 4 combinations to win, 4 combinations to win, 3 combinations to win. So that's a total of 11, plus the 6 on the 7, 17 combinations versus just 5. Not terrible, right? So now we're going to look for some hits. And at this point, you make your choice on what you want to do when you hit. When you first start out, I suggest a hit and pull style. So if you hit the number, you pull the whole bet. Hit the number, you pull the whole bet, because what that's doing is that's making the 7 more valuable. And you're collecting your money off the table. That way, the 7 doesn't get these bets. So let's just do that to start. Let's hit and pull. And there's the 9. So we smacked our first number. Very nice. That's going to win 21. Say, dealer, please pull my 9 down. All right. Now our 7 just got $15 more valuable. Plus we racked $21. And there's an 8. Okay, so we got knocked off. Okay, so if you think about this, now if we ended it right here, we only lost about a quarter, right? Because we did win 21, lost 50. So that's why the hit and pull can be very effective, all right? Now, in this case, we lost our don't, so we need to replace it. You can wait till the next shooter. You can go right back up right now. It's all up to you. I'm going to go back up right now. I'm actually going to turn these off. I wouldn't want those working because I don't want the 7 to wipe out all my bets. So I'd ask them to turn my place bets off in case we get wiped out right here. And there it is. So I wouldn't want it to kill all my stuff. And again, you don't have to go back up on that shooter. You could have waited. It's up to you. All right. Set us a point. Box numbers are still off. And there's a 6. Okay. Got our point. Box numbers are still going to be off because we still got to set our don't. And this is the part of this that people struggle with, is the don't. For whatever reason, people have an aversion to it. It makes no sense. Well, unless you roll the 11, right? It makes tons of sense. Let's try this again. The damn DC. It's always supposed to be better, but it's whacking us right now, isn't it? And we got it back on the aces. Okay, $50. Can we just get a don't set somewhere? Can we do that? And we cannot. There's an 11, 11 to 11. Horn parlay, where are you at? Well, you have to be versatile in your craps game. Should have been on the horn parlay. And then we got an 8. Okay, so we finally got our don't set after a bunch of mess. All right, now you could turn these back on. You could go back out if you wanted. Maybe with the 9 again. Again, we're trying to hit and pull here. Got in a mess on the come outs there. And there's our 6. We don't have a 6. All right, so but what can we do right here? We're covered here, so this 8 is still going to win. So you can make a choice. You can turn these off and play for the 7 here, which is fine choice. You can turn them on, and it's protected by this. That's all up to you. In this case, let's turn them off. Let's say our box numbers are off. Let's play for the 7. Maybe we get lucky here. And we got it. Smart. But that's an option, right? You don't have to do it, but you can. All right, so we made 50 instead of 5. Not bad, not a bad plan there. Now that's a come out roll, so we're still off. And back-to-back 7s. Okay, we're still off. A lot of 7s coming out. There's a 10. There we go. All right, now let's get our DC up. Remember, our box numbers are still off until we have a don't covering them. We don't want to play the boxes without a don't helping us out. And there's a 3. We'll take that. A $50 winner. Usually the 11 will follow it, so we'll probably give that right back. Let's see. And there it is. I couldn't have called that any better, huh? Usually they follow each other. All right, we're still trying to, there we go, got an 8. It's crazy how them horn numbers follow each other around. All right, now we'll turn our bets back on. Remember, we're covered on our boxes, so we're gonna play a hit and pull style, try to make our 7 more valuable. There's the 9, there we go. 5, 4, 9, 21. All right, next one. Now our 7 got a little more valuable, so we're good as long as we don't roll the ocho. All right, there's a 5. That's 21 more dollars. Hit and pull. Now, if you don't like the 4, you could move it to one of the other bets. That's fine, but we're going to leave it where it's at. And there's the 8. Ouch. But we did rack $42, so that wasn't terrible. All right, box number back off. $50 pushed through. Let's see if we can get and a 6. Okay. Now we kind of reset. Put that back on. Kind of reset our number here. Let's go the 10 and the 9. We haven't rolled many 4s or 10s, so maybe we'll get a few. And there's the 6. Whacked us. Whacked us. All right. Turn it back off. The dealer should be getting tired of this. But it's the nature of how the dice are rolling. It's not really anything you're doing. We're going to drop 50. Try to get our DC set. DC getting whacked. There's the 6 again. All right, turn it back on. And the 4, there we go. $27 win. Pull the 4. Go 9, 10. There's the 9. All right, I'll take it. $21. Now we're down to just the 10, but our 7's valuable, so hopefully we can not get smacked here. Oh, and there's the 10, baby. That wasn't bad. We win 27. All right, cool. Now you're playing the 7 versus the 6. You got the 7. Not bad here, right? So we'll roll, see what we want to do after this. Making a little comeback here. And there's the 9. Okay. So you made your comeback. You hit all 3 of your hit and pulls. What do you got? 50, 100. You got about 175, 225. You're down a little bit. Hitting that would be nice. You could put some more bets out there if you wanted. I would suggest in this case at least playing the 8. You know, at least getting you the 8 out there. It's a good chance it hits. And there's the 10. Okay. Now we're playing for the 7 here. Hopefully we smack an 8 first. And there's our 6. Dang it. We just can't get through on a don't, can we? Not get through, but we can't win on the don't, it seems like. Turn that off. Put our 50 back out there. When we need that ugly thing, it's just not showing. And there's the 5. Okay. Let's go with the 6. So right here, people are going to be like, you should play the field too. You should. You get in this situation, you got 36 there, you should just still throw a 15 on the field here. No matter what, because of the situation. So hopefully we hit a field number here. And there's the 9. So this is perfect. Now, what we've done at this case is because we made the 9, pull all that down, turn these off, hopefully roll 7. And there's aces. Okay, that's not a 7, but not a loser either. And there's the 6. Okay, perfect. That's our new point. Turn our boxes back on. Should play the field here. I know it's tight here, but it's the nature of the situation. There's the 6. We'll win 21. Boxes will be off. Playing for the 7 here. Hopefully it rolls. And there's the 6 again. What a long roll. It was not a 4, guys. It was a 6. Put these back on. A lot of on and off here. On the come-outs, you wouldn't have to tell them because they're going to be off anyway. And there's the 6 again. Wow. All right, we might have to leave that field alone as much as 6s are rolling. All right. Again, box numbers are off. Hopefully we roll the ugly one. And there's the 8. Okay. 6 and 8 just crushing it. Now we've had enough winners here that you could play this up. Maybe you want to play a different number. You maybe want to grab the 9. All right, you're okay here. This is a situation where it's doing pretty good. And there's the 7, of course, right when we grab another one, right? But that was a pretty good situation overall. Get our $50. Finally won on a don't point. All right, so it looks like we're down about $50 to $100. Not bad. Not bad for as many PSOs and whatever, the 7 losers, the point hits we had. There's another 5. All right, same situation. We're going to try to get our don't out there. Oh, come here. And a 6, okay. Let's grab the 8 and the 9. I know we should play the cross here, but we're gonna avoid it here. We're just gonna play it this way. See what happens. Hit and pull. Or maybe we'll hit and press this time. Just it's all up to you. It's really not as structured as a lot of people like to play. Craps is much more fluid. All right, we're gonna play against the 6 here. We're gonna have these off. Hopefully we get the ugly. We did not. We got a 3. Let's try to roll that ugly one. And there's a 10. Okay. Same situation. Now we're back on. Trying to do a hit, and we're going to hit and press this time. We've been doing hit and pull. We're going to hit and press this time. We're hitting spread. However you want to look at it, whichever one you want to do. There's the 9. There we go. Going to win 21. Let's pick up the 5. We'll rack a couple dollars. So now we're transitioning a little bit to something a little different. There's the 8. Very fluid, right? We don't have to be structured. We don't have to be, a brick house. We can move around a little bit. All right, now we got a lot more options. Still got the 7 working for us. There's aces. And there's a 3. Uh-oh. And an 8. Okay, cool. We'll win 21. We're this far in, might as well get the 10 as well. Now you're all across the board with the 6 helping you out in coverage. Now we collect some. Let's just collect a few of these wins if we can get a few more. And we cannot. Dang it. Maybe a little overly aggressive on that one. Still not bad. Still made a little money. We'll win there. But just showing it's not a structured game. Like, you don't have to play in a box. All right, what are we at? 150, 250-ish. Not bad. Coming back, making our way back into the light. And there's the 9. All right, let's get our don't out there. We missed a chance there. We could have just collected a bunch of those. Would have made some money. Oh, the dang PSO. The dang PSO. That's the death of the don't. You either got the come out loser or the PSO loser. Oh, never mind. We don't have a point yet. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. And a 10. Okay, dang it. Should have been on the DC, huh? Or the DP. I prefer the DP kind of to the DC. I know a lot of people like the DC better, but I actually like the DP better. And it's not, I actually think the DC operates better. I just prefer the DP, which is weird, right? That's a weird thing to say. We need, we're going to get the 6 and 8. Need some chips. All right, so this time what we're going to do is we're going to wait till we hit one, and we're going to use the hit from that to play the field. So hopefully we get one of those in. There's the 8 right there. That's perfect. Perfect timing. $21. Now, instead of hit and pull, we're going to try to press. We're going to try to attack from here because we have all the numbers but the Cinco. All the numbers but the old 5. There's a 12. That's a good one. All right, that's going to win $30. 15 and 15. That's a good one for us because now we're going to get 2 numbers with it. And there's the 9. That's really good. That's a double win. All right, and this is how things can take off. All right, obviously we'll grab the 4 while we can. And in this case, I would pull this field down. I would take the field out of play. We already made all them other wins. I'd be good with that. I'd be good with that across. At this level, I would just collect. And there we go. Dang it. But at least we got that field out of there, saved a little money. Man, we were about to take off. All right. Still doing pretty good. Let's go again. And there's a 6. Right like that. Still doing pretty solid. Dang it, that last one was ready to explode. It just quit on us a couple rolls too early. And again, that's part of it, guys. That's part of the variance. You want to stick it out and get there and be there for the long roll. You got to fight. You're going to have to put some effort into it. It's not going to be free. Same thing here. We'll play the 5 and the 6. If we hit one of them, we'll play the field behind it. And there's the 10. Okay. I guess we should have had it out there. But we'll do it like this. Stick inside the strategy. Again, it's not a box. It's still fluid. 21 on that 6. All right, we'll save that for right now. Box numbers will be off. Let's try to win on this come out roll here. Come on, 7. And there's the 9. Okay. Well, we won on that 6, so let's put our field out there. Now let's try to start earning some other bets. And there's the 9. Okay, that's perfect. It's a field winner. It does hit the point. We'll grab that, pull our field down. We're box numbers are off. We're just trying to play for the 7 here. And there's the 6. All right, here we go. I'm going to leave the field off here. Hopefully we hit one of these numbers. Oh, come on, man. I almost started incorporating the hard ways. Almost did. I didn't think we were quite there yet. All right, here we go. Box numbers will be off. We got to turn them off here because we don't want to lose everything on a 7. And there it is, of course. Of course, that's the spot it's going to come. All right, here we go. And again, guys, there is math behind why that happens. Because you're already 6, 7 rolls in. The 7 is getting more, it's getting closer every time, right? Oh, we need to set a point. But at least we had our boxes off there because we weren't ready to play. All right, here we go. Everything is off because we're trying to set up. We got the 6, okay. Take this and move this to the 8. Turn our bets on. Again, in this spot, we're going to go to like a 2 hits, collect twice, and then make a decision here. Changing gears just a little bit again, just some more manipulation of the game, just different things you can do. There's 21, so we're looking for 2 wins, and then we'll decide whether we're going to press, regress, hit and pull. And there's the 8 back to back. Very nice. Another 21. All right, now we got our 2 wins. Make our decision. You're looking at 120 here probably. You know, altogether you're sitting about 100 down. What do you want to do here? Do you want to hit and pull? Do you want to try to spread out? Whatever. Do you want to just press the 8 maybe? We can go that route. Let's do that. Let's press the 8 as we hit. And there's the 5. There we go. 4-1. It's going to win 21. We'll press the 8, $6. We'll rack. All right, can we get an 8? Maybe we get a little bigger win here. And there's the 9. Okay, same thing. It's going to win 21. We'll press the 8 again. Now it's up to 30. We're racking 15 each time. Remember, on a $300 bankroll, a $15 win is a pretty good win. Oh, and there's our ugly 6. All right. Make a choice here, right? $50. Put it through the DC. Boxes are going off. And there's the 5. Okay, perfect. You can put it here. Drop $3. Not bad. Turn it all back on. And oh my gosh. And you can make all the choices. You could have pulled all the way down there. What I'm really trying to point out is that it doesn't have to be in a box. It doesn't have to be so structured that you can't move around. And that's what playing through the dome allows you. So we're right at $200. Let's try it through the DP this time for a couple shooters. All right, this speeds up the process a little. I think you lose a roll or 2 playing the DC, which kind of hurts this kind of play if you're trying to, get there quicker. All right, we finally got a 4 or 10 as a point. And I was also waiting for this. So we're going to play 50 in odds. Now we have 75 in coverage. We're going to kind of go all in here. We got our best case scenario. $10. All right, what do we got left? 29. All right, perfect. In this case, you'd want to put some money on the hard. Right, so we'll put $10 on the hard 4, guys. That's going to be a hard 4. And then we got $19. We'll put 18 there. We'll save $1. All right, pretty good spot to be in as long as we don't roll that ugly down there. There's an 8. We'll just collect. We're just going to see how many times we can collect here. Just rack it up. You get the 4 or the 10. You want to take your chance. Now, a lot of people don't like it, but it's the truth because you're in the best possible situation on the don't. You have the least ways to lose. All right, so here we go. That was another 21. Now, sometimes you're going to get smacked. It's going to happen, but there's a lot of times you're not. There's a lot of times it's going to go really good. All right, so we've already made $63 on this play. Hopefully we can keep rocking. And you can pull down anytime you want. And there's the 7. All right, so that's fine. So the 4 cooperated. All right, so we got 50 here, obviously. 50. And then 18. 18 will be 9. And then that'll be 25. Not too bad. Not too bad right there. All right, so where'd we end up? 100, 150, 2, about 250. So that was pretty profitable. We made about $50 on that shooter. Not bad. Let's go through the DP one more time here, see if we can get it to land for us again. And we did not. Smack. But anyways, you guys get an idea of what I'm trying to explain here, I hope. That everything isn't just in a box. We just laddered it up. Let's see if it wins. Oh, there we go. Laddered it up, got the 10. We laddered it up to 100, got the 10. It's just end of the day play here. See what happens. Maybe we get a Hail Mary type of play. I don't know. We'll find out. I'm going to leave the hard 10 off. 30. 37. We'll go 36. All right, hard 10's off. We'll use all the hits to press the don't. That's what we'll do. All right, there's 21. We use every hit we got to press the don't. You know 21 will fit. And there's an 11. In fact, we'll just put all this on there and we'll figure it out at the end. And 7. That was quick. The end came quick. Still worked out pretty in our favor there. All right, what do we got? We know we got to 100 right here. That's good. Then what do we got in the odds? 50. 58. Okay. There we go. That's what's going to pay out. All right, so 200 in green. 250, 275. We lost a little still at the end of the day, but you guys got an idea what I'm explaining. A couple things. When you're short bankrolled, when you don't have, you know, 1,000, 15, 2,000, 5,000 to play with, and you're at these $15 tables, guys, the bets are going to be hard because each bet is such a large piece of your bankroll. So the better play is to try to, people refer to as a hedge, try to hedge some of the risk out, some of the risk on the seven. So when you're short bankroll, hybrid is actually very effective. Now here, we missed a couple spots where we didn't get our run. That's fine. We also didn't really lose at the end of the day. We're down just a little bit. One play here, one play there. So it's more of a break even right here. Also, hybrid breaks even a lot. That's one of the main staying points of hybrid, is that it does break even a lot, or it gives you the opportunity to break even a lot. It's kind of the nature of it, right? You're playing both sides of the board. You're really, what you're doing, you're playing both sides of the board, hoping to catch that long one, right? To be out there for that long one, even if it knocks your don't out, because you're already out there. You're already established in the light side along with the dark side. So even if it pops you, you're still hammering away with the other side. So that's what hybrid does for you. And when you're short bankrolled, hybrid can be a very effective tool because you don't get crushed on the seven every time. You don't just get wiped out every time on the seven. It allows you to get some of your money back, almost like a rebate. So anyways, guys, hope you like this video. This video had a lot of aspects in it, had a lot of just me moving in and out of stuff, changing kind of the way I was playing from like a conservative style to more of an aggressive style. And just each shooter can be different like that. And that's also something with hybrid that is very effective. I can choose to just play the don't on any roll of the dice. I could just turn my boxes off. You know, when you're playing pure light side, you can't choose to play the don't on any roll of the dice. You could lay a bet, but you're not getting good return. You know, so any roll of the dice, I can just choose. Well, I'd just play against the seven here. You know, any roll of the dice, I can choose to load up the board and have coverage and still not be totally at risk. And so that's the idea behind hybrid, why hybrid's so effective. And why hybrid will sustain you at the craps table. If you're looking for comp points and stuff, hybrid's very effective because you'll sustain at the craps table for a very long time and you'll earn your points that way. I don't play for comps really ever, so it's not really my expertise in any way. In fact, I very rarely even use mine. So that, because I don't play slot machines outside of the bubble craps machine a little bit, I don't play slot machines. I never ever play slot machines. So that's usually what the comp works for. They don't really give me the complimentary chips, and I've never really tried to get them. So, anyways, guys, thank you for your time. Hope you like this video. Hopefully, this gives some the shorter bankroll players um, a little more to work with, a little more ideas. Again, I'm not trying to tell you that my way is the only way to play. I'm never going to do that. But what I am trying to tell you is that there are lots of ways to play the game, and most of them aren't in a box. Like if you stick yourself in a box, you're going to lose in that box. You got to be versatile. You got to be multiple if you want to be consistently successful. Now, you can play in that box and you can catch that huge roll and just pound away at the light side, and you're going to make a bunch of money. But factor in all the times that didn't work and then see where you're at. Anyways, guys, thank you for your time. This is Jacob from Wager Me This.